Okay, so 9 laps left. There's yellow flags. Who is that? No one apparently. Okay. Yeah, 9 laps left to see when the rain is gonna come and who is gonna win the race. I mean, right now Catch Racer will win the race because of Rudy's penalty. Finlay has be on the podium. Yeah, he won't be because he's still quite far from the top 3 on track. Now, the field is definitely more spread out right now than it was ever into the race. Yellow flags, it's Williams spinning, it's Marco, he's lapped anyway. Other than that, there's a little bit of battling between Always and Blaster. Blaster got the move done on Always, he's in P11, P10 effectively, with Bazooka's penalty. But I'm not seeing any wheel-to-wheel action now. I mean, it's just the top runners, you know, driving on their own. Just needs to finish the race, and well, the penalties will do their job to see who's gonna be ahead, who's gonna be below, etc. I want the rain to come. I want shithousery to happen. So like, I want. I mean, this race was exciting at first, in the first half, but then oh, Marco retired. Oh, we have a first. Oh no, Marco. Oh no, Marco. You caused a full course safety car. Marco, you caused a safety car right before the rain comes. Yes, shithousery. That's what I was waiting for. Thank you, Marco. I mean, I think the grid will now hate you for this late safety car, but I mean, it's something entertaining for me, at least commentating. Oh my god, this will definitely be a nightmare for the top runners, especially for the drivers with penalties, because with the safety car they will lose even more positions. Now everyone is into the pits. No, not everyone. We have Pocho and also Kevin. Pocho, Always, Kevin, Bazooka and Blaster into the pits because they were close to the pit lane when the safety car came out. Everyone else still needs to approach the pit lane to mount those fresh softs. But man, safety car. Rudy and Catch Racer are into the pits, obviously going for those fresh softs. Rudy is actually serving his penalty, so that played it to his favor. He's not even losing position to the Aston Martin of Finlay. Rudy pretty much, yeah, this safety car saved Rudy because he could serve his penalty. I almost forgot that the drivers had penalties for oh, Shaman is on the inters already. I mean, it is still looking very sunny out here. Like, I get you wanna save time with the safety car, etc., but you're now, even Pinky's on the inters. But I mean, okay, the clouds are coming. I'm starting to see the clouds coming from the sky. I am starting to see those dark clouds with the rain. But the track is still very much dry. I get that they're trying to save time by pitting right now with the safety cars, but effectively you're still running inters on a dry track. Like, you need to hope that it already starts raining on the restart, because that's when you gain so much time on the drivers ahead. Because now two things can happen. We get rain at the very last laps, and the drivers on inters right now will get a massive advantage, or the rain is so light, or it will come so late that the slick runners will not have any trouble. I don't know. But the top of the field is still staying out on those softs. Quite a big gamble for Shamol and Pinky. It's very borderline because it is starting to get even cloudier right now. Okay, so I think we will resume racing on lap 33. And the sky is definitely getting darker by the second. You know what, if it actually rains so much that you cannot hold on to the slicks, Shamol and Pinky might have done the smartest play ever. But man, this safety car really changed everything with Marco crashing. Marco being, I mean, for the drivers it's even more frustrating because Marco was lapped. His race was screwed from the very start, and he crashes and brings out the safety car at such a crucial moment like this, where it's so borderline between dry conditions and wet conditions. JM still needs to catch up though. I don't think the safety car will come in this lap. We're gonna have to wait until lap 34 to resume racing. No, never mind, the safety car is in this lap. JM has caught up, and we will have a sprint of 4 laps to decide the results. It will be hell for Shamol and Pinky staying on those inters, but it could also be heaven if it actually starts raining so much in these last laps. But anyway, the race has restarted as Cat Chaser is leading the pack, and Rudy is in P2, Leo in P3, staying side by side. Many drivers going side by side through turn 1 as Rudy gets 0 P2 and P2, and Felix needs to battle with Finlay too. Felix actually with a very big slide, but still keeps it on track. He's down into P5, and it actually started raining. We are 3 laps until the end of the race, and it actually started raining. This could be the possibility for Shamol and Pinky to gain so much time on the drivers ahead. Maybe not right now, because Shamol is 1.6 seconds away from Pocho, but if the rain actually keeps getting worse in these last laps, these guys will definitely not stay out on slicks. This might be the biggest gamble I have ever seen, as Bajoka gets spun round. And he's in P14 actually, but it is actually starting to rain. These drivers, at least for now, they will have to resist on the slicks, because the rain is looking very light. The conditions will be surely tricky. You will have a little bit less traction than usual, but I mean, at this point, so close to the end, you just have to hold on the slicks. Those yellow flags, it's a has been spun round. It's Pocho. Pocho has been spun round after turn 1, and he's down into P12. That's unfortunate for Pocho, and that's his chance out of the points for today, as he's sliding he's sliding a lot through turn 2. Maybe that just shows how slippery the track is getting with the rain. Yes, Pocho is just stopped on track. This is extremely tricky for the drivers, and we are actually starting to see the droplets of rain falling onto the track. This is usually the sign that tells you need to put the inters. It would be absolute hell for the slick runners. There's a Ferrari being spun out. It's Leo. Leo lost a lot of positions. He's now in P8, and we're actually starting to see the drivers spraying waters from behind. DRS is enabled, but it might get disabled soon because of the rain. The cars are spraying so much water behind them. It's lap 35 out of 36, just 2 laps until the end. Shamul and Pinky definitely have their chance of getting ahead of pretty much everyone as yellow flags. Again, it's a Mercedes of Blaster. Blaster is also out of the points, and he spins again while trying to get back on track. This oh, Leo has crashed! Leo has retired! And the DRS is disabled! With 2 laps until the end, the track has been officially declared wet. Pinky and Shamul are on their biggest chance of a very solid result. But right now, the drivers on the slicks, it would be absolute hell for them to hold on in these conditions. They will just start sliding left and right, down and up. And everywhere. This is so tricky. But now Cat Racer, for now he's leading, but literally every position could change at any given moment, as drivers are staying on all softs on an officially wet track. But we are on to the last lap. Cat Racer needs to hold on as carefully as possible to that race win. We have yellow flags again. It's Blaster spinning at turn 10. But now Rudy, Finlay and Felix are staying very close to each other. They are all in the same boat, trying to hold on as much as possible on these conditions, as Pinky and Shamul are gaining a lot of time to the drivers ahead. Shamul and Pinky actually battling between each other, you know, with both being on inters, but Rudy, Fila and Felix are battling on the slicks. At this point they just cannot battle side by side. They just need to wait for a driver to make a mistake. Shamul and Pinky, their gamble I think somewhat worked, because yeah, the rain did effectively come up to a point where you will need inters, otherwise you will just slide everywhere. But at the same time it's only good enough for P5 and P7, maybe P6, but the drivers on the slicks are still holding on for their life, for their positions. But despite these tricky conditions, it is Cat Racer who gets the better race out of everyone. It is Cat Racer winning the Dutch Grand Prix, as Rudy will finish in P2 and File will close the podium, as Felix is in P4 and Shamul only 90,000 away from P4, but Shamul will have to settle for P5 and Pinky with a P6. Sully will finish in P7 and JM in P8. Kevin will finish the race in P9, and the last point will be taken by Always in P10. Out of the points are Bazooka, Blaster, and then also Leo, Poch and Marco having DNF'd. And wow, what a race! The safety car and the rain absolutely changed everything, literally everything. Shamul and Pinky with their gamble to put the inters during the safety car, which I mean, at the end it worked, because it was so wet on track. It was a hell staying on the slicks, and Shamul was so close to getting P4 from Felix. But it is the Mercedes of Cat Racer gaining quite some points on the championship leader with this race, and it's an extremely solid drive. Excellent handling of the car in these tricky conditions, very good pace as usual, and it is the Mercedes getting the win here at Zandvoort. Very well driven by him. Congratulations to him. It was definitely tricky out there. Cat Racer will get 25 points from this race, and he will go to 161 points, actually 62, because he has the fastest lap as well. Felix only with 158. So Cat Racer gets the championship lead after this race. This would be very crucial. But it is Cat Racer getting full points, 26, winning the race and the fastest lap, and Rudy, the pole sitter, is in P2. Finlay, recovering from P13, is on the podium, and Felix, recovering from P15, is in P4. Shamul P5, Pinky P6, Sully P7, JM P8, Kevin P9, always P10, closing down the top 10, closing down the points finishers. All of the other drivers not mentioned are not in the points. So wow, an exciting race here in Zandvoort. The safety car definitely played this part, the rain definitely played this part on making this race exciting. But yeah, the championship fight being very, very close as usual. Felix and Cat Racer have been battling out for the championship during the entire game cycle. Ever since season 11, they have been battling so much for the championship. Out of the 3 seasons we're doing on F1 this is the 3rd. The 2 we completed, Cat Racer has won them, getting 3 championships, while Felix still has 4. So Cat Racer winning this race, leading the championship standings. We'll be looking forward to continue on this streak of good results, and maybe to equal Felix at the end of the season in terms of Drivers' Championship. That was it for the usual. We will be back on Wednesday for still the Dutch Grand Prix in Division 2, and well, the still realistic division, but that doesn't get streamed anyway. And yeah, after Division 2 is done with Zandvoort, we will go on round 10, always on the same day, always at the same time, and it will be for Singapore. So only 3 races left after this one to decide who will win the Season 13 Drivers' Championship, and also Constructors, because that's a closer one as well. Until that, we will see you next week. Division 2 at Zandvoort and Division 1 at Singapore.